So, once again, thank you Akshay Prabhu and Aditi Mataji for hosting today's program. And thank you all the devotees for joining us here today. So, Kartik month actually ended yesterday, but we extended it one day for this last Damodar program. So, what is special about Kartik? What is special about Kartik? It's Radharani's month. Okay. Bhakti on sale. That is special about this month, right? Bhakti on sale. Everybody loves sales. Especially Matajis love sale. Saris on sale, this on sale, that on sale. So like here we have Black Fridays, Thanksgiving sales. So devotees look forward to Kartik month because Bhakti on sale. Whatever little activity we do in Bhakti, that yields multiple results, manifold result. So Kartik month in that sense is very special. And during this whole Kartik month we sing Damodar Ashtam, offer ghee lamps to Lord Damodara, discussing the pastime of Damodar Leela. In our Bhakti Vriksha, actually in this month we never discussed Damodar Leela, and but in temple and many other occasions we did, and I hope you all have heard Damodar Leela detail earlier, right? And in Kartik month also we say some particular chapters of Bhagavad Gita. It's very important to recite, sing those or discuss those chapters of Bhagavad Gita. And one of them also happens to be chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita, okay, Purushottam Yoga. And today in our Bhagavad Gita series, we are going to talk about chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so we are ending Kartik month by discussing chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita. What is the speciality of chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita? Okay, so chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita is called Purushottam Yoga, the yoga of the Supreme, the yoga of the Absolute. So Krishna talk about, so what is so special about understanding this chapter is, in one sense it gives overall summary. What is the nature of this material world? What is the comparison between material world and spiritual world? How Krishna maintain all of us at different level, at the level of our physical body, at the level of our intellectual body or subtle body, and also our spiritual progress. Okay, so we are going to discuss this chapter 15. So we'll start with invocation prayers and then we'll continue with our discussion. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinim Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyeshwaram. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine नमो महावेदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्या नाम्ने गौरहतुषे नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छः कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So we have some devotees who are maybe new to this program, okay, who are attending our program maybe for the first time. So we welcome them. Roji, what is your name? Yogendra. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Yogendra, for joining us today. Mataji? Jyotsana. Okay, Hare Krishna. Jyotsana Mataji, thank you for joining. Mataji, what's your name? Neena. Okay. Hare Krishna. Neena Mataji, thank you for joining. So last time we talked about chapter 14 of Bhagavad Gita. So we are doing Bhagavad Gita series, kind of one chapter a day. So last time chapter 14 of Bhagavad Gita, what was the topic? What was the title of the chapter? Three modes of the material nature. Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. Okay, so what are the three modes of material nature? So mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. So passion is very common word. Right? People say he's very passionate about something. Goodness or ignorance, people generally don't talk. Passion word is very common, very famous. So, and the acronym which we use to discuss the flow of this chapter, what was that? Trap. T-R-A-P, trap. Okay? Because we are all trapped in this material world, influenced by the three modes of material nature. So T stands for? Three modes of material nature, goodness, passion, ignorance. R stands for? The race for prominence. There is a competition between the three modes. Okay? Sometimes goodness wins, sometimes passion wins, sometimes ignorance wins. We are not only in one mode. Okay, it's not that we are always in passion or we are always in goodness or we are always in ignorance. There is always competition between the three modes. At some times we are in goodness, let's say early morning hours, we may be in the goodness. Some people are in ignorance in the morning hours. Sleeping till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Okay, so that is ignorance. So somebody getting up early in the morning, okay, engaging in the chanting of holy name, worshipping the Lord. So it's definitely goodness. Somebody going for a nature walk, okay, so being charitable, those are mode of goodness. Passion is passionate about some achievements, right? They have too many desires, they want to fulfill those desires, they want to achieve something big in this world, somebody want to win this trophy or achieve that position. So that is passion, having too many desires. And ignorance is lethargic, somebody being lethargic, lazy, in the situation of sleepiness, or always having self-pity, feeling of hopeless, useless. Those are also ignorance. Okay, so these are the three modes, and there is always competition between the three modes. So that is R, race for prominence. And then A, actions of modes. Okay, and in those modes, how people do different activities and also the different destinations. What is the destination in the mode of goodness? People go to higher planets. Passion, they stay on the earthly planet. Ignorance, they go down to the lower regions, the hellish regions. So that is the destination. So we talked about the long-term destination, the mid-term destination, or short-term destination, kind of immediate effect. And then P, pure life. Okay, how to go beyond the three modes of material nature. Goal is not to come in goodness. Yes, goodness is good, but goodness is also binding. Okay, it's just like being bound by the iron chain or silver chain or gold chain. If somebody says, oh, I'm bound by gold chain, yay, hooray, I'm very happy. But you're still bound. Okay, so bound by gold chain also is not good. So goodness means you're still bound. Okay, at least you're better than others. So people have sense of happiness, sense of being better than others. But that is still bounding in this world. So we want to go beyond goodness to Shuddha Sattva, to the stage of transcendence. So that is the pure life. And Krishna says to come to the stage of pure life. How is that possible? By engaging in Bhakti Yoga. And the process of Bhakti Yoga is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Engaging in chanting, hearing about Krishna, remembering Krishna always. So that was chapter 14 of Bhagavad Gita. And now, because Krishna said there is always competition between three modes and this material world is not the right place for us all to stay. And then in chapter 15, even though Arjuna did not ask any question further at the end of chapter 14, it's not that Arjuna asked another question and Lord Krishna is now going to continue, but because Krishna spoke about the three modes, the nature of this world, so Krishna is continuing in chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita, trying to describe the comparison between the material world and the spiritual world. Okay, so chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita is Purushottam Yoga, the yoga of the Supreme, the acronym which we are going to use to understand the flow of this chapter. Okay, now we are coming towards the end of Bhagavad Gita. How many chapters are there? Total 18. Today we are in 15th. So maybe 3 more sessions. After that there will be a test. So how many acronyms you remember? For all 18 chapters, how many acronyms in that way, the flow of Bhagavad Gita, right? How much do you remember? So chapter 15 acronym is HOME. Okay, HOME. Home. So H is home or hotel. So this material world, is this our home or it's like a hotel? Yes, so home or hotel. First 6 verses of this chapter, Krishna is describing the nature of this material world. And then O means on and on, over and over again. Okay, we are going in this material world on and on and on and on and on and on, and it goes on. So after that, M means maintainer. Krishna is the maintainer for our body, for our mind, for our spiritual life. So that is M for maintainer. And then E is essence in 3 verses. So Krishna is going to talk about the essence in 3 verses. In chapter 10 we talked about Chaturshloki Gita. Here Krishna is going to speak the essence in 3 verses. Trishloki Gita. Okay? So these 3 verses are also very important, kind of describing the difference between different type of living entities. Baddha Jiva, Mukta Jiva, and then Krishna is beyond both. Okay? So the living entity who is eternally bonded in bondage, Baddha Jiva, and then liberated. Okay? Somebody is in a liberated state. And then Krishna says, I am beyond both. So that is the sense in 3 verses. So that is the overall flow of this chapter we are going to discuss. Now, first verse, Lord Krishna starts with a very beautiful analogy. Yes, who can be a better teacher than Krishna? Okay, so Krishna is a great teacher. Generally in college, students like the teacher who uses more of audio visuals. Okay, and give some good analogies. So, which can be remembered easily. So, Krishna in this chapter starts with an analogy. Okay, it's like a audio-visual presentation Krishna is showing on the screen. And based on that, Krishna describes the nature of this material world. Because Krishna is Jagat Guru. So, he is the best among the teachers. And he uses this analogy. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhvamulam Adhashakam Ashwattham Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Paranani Yastam Veda Savedavid. So let's recite this whole verse. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhvamulam Adhashakam Ashwattham Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedavid. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, there is an imperishable banyan tree, okay, which has roots upward and branches downward, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. Do you know any tree? Have you seen any such tree? Whose roots are down, branches are up? Yeah. That tree you have all of you have seen. Roots are down, branches are up. So here Krishna tells other way. Reflection. So the roots are up, branches are down. Okay? So Krishna says, Urdhva Moolam Adha Shakam Ashwattham Prahuravyayam. So what is this tree? This is the upside down tree. So just like you standing on the bank of a river, and there is a tree on the bank of the river, what you see of the tree? A reflection in the water. And in the reflection, what do you see? Upside down tree. Right? You see the branches down and the trunk up, the roots up. So that is the upside down tree. That is like the reflection of that tree. And what are the symptoms of a reflection? What are the symptoms of a shadow?
Unreal.
It's unreal. Yes, it's unreal. Right? It's not real. It's temporary. So as the sun sets, the shadow goes away. Right? The reflection also. You don't see the reflection during night. You see the reflection only during daytime. So the reflection or the shadow is temporary. It's not real. And moreover, the shadow is disturbed. Okay? If the water is shaken, if you throw a stone in the water, you will see that reflection will go away. It's shaky. If the water is shaky, the reflection doesn't stay. That's why you see in the flowing water, you will never see the reflection or the shadow. So it's temporary, it's unreal, it's shaky, and it's opposite. It's kind of upside down. So you will see the left on the right, right on the left, like the ambulance sign. Okay, so it is kind of as a opposite. Now, so here Krishna is talking about a banyan tree, which is kind of as a reflection. It's an upside down tree, but there is a bigger message in this particular verse. Krishna is not simply talking about just some banyan tree. What Krishna is talking about really is the scenario of this material world. Okay, so this material world is the reflection of the spiritual world. Okay, so this material world is unreal. It's temporary. There is always shaky situation in this world. Okay, so there is always problem. So when something is unreal, it means it's not our permanent home. So just like if you check into the hotel. Okay, online, everybody please go on mute.
Sumit Prabhu, please mute yourself.
So if you check into a hotel, okay, you take your luggage to the hotel room. Now as you enter into the hotel room, you think, oh, I don't like the color on the walls. I don't like the furniture here. So you call some painter, start painting the walls. and you say, okay, take out this furniture, and you bring a carpenter and start building the furniture in the hotel, and you do all the kind of makeover of this hotel room. The thing is, you are not going to stay there permanently in that hotel room, right? You are there temporarily. So how many of you really go into the hotel room and start doing changing in the hotel room? Even moving the furniture. Oh, I don't like the direction of the bed here. I will move the bed to that side. Anybody has done that? No. But in this material world, that's what we really do. Right? We are trying to make so much of settlement in this world, trying to make the situation comfortable, thinking this is my real home. So Krishna, what is Krishna saying? This is upside down tree. This material world is the reflection of the spiritual world. It's not your real home. So don't try to get settled here. And then further Krishna says, Adhashodhavam prastutasya shakha gunah pravraddha vishayah pravalaha adhasya mulani anusantatani karma anubandhani manushya loke. So branches of this tree extend downward and upward, nourished by the three modes of material nature. So it's continuation from the previous chapter. Okay. So this material world, the branches go upside also down, up also, down also, and it is nourished by the three modes of material nature. And the twigs are the object of senses. This tree also has the roots going down, and that these are the bound to the fruitive action of human society. So what is Krishna explaining here? Krishna is bringing the concept of three modes of material nature. Under the influence of three modes of material nature, we perform various activities, and based on those various activity, various karma which we do in this world, the branches are going up also, branches are going down also, means the living entities are going up, living entities are going down, based on the various karma which is performed under the influence of three modes. So we all are working hard in this material world, and based on that, based on whatever karma is performed, based on good karma, the living entity goes up, based on the bad karma, they go down, and we are trying to enjoy the result of our activities within these three worlds, within this material world. So if you see a reflection of the mango, can you satisfy yourself by the reflection of the mango? If you're very hungry, right? If you're very hungry and you see a reflection of mango in the water, and you try to catch that mango to eat that, can you be satisfied with that? No. So to satisfy your hunger, you have to get the real fruit. So in this material world, we are trying to become happy by various endeavors, but one can never become satisfied. Okay, there is always something or other problems come. The happiness, yes, there may be little happiness here. We are not saying there is no happiness at all. There may be little bit happiness found here, but in comparison to the misery in this material world, happiness is how much? Minute. It's very minute. So little bit happiness and so much of suffering. Okay. So there is another story also regarding this reflection. You cannot be satisfied just by the reflection. Once there was a king and his wife, the queen. Queen had a very nice, precious necklace. Okay, and one day she was standing in the balcony. A crow came and snatched that necklace and flew away. Now this queen is shouting, "Oh, my necklace is gone, my necklace is gone," and the king sent his soldiers, "Go behind, find where that crow is and bring that necklace back." And king said, "Whoever will bring that necklace back, I will give them a heavy prize." Okay, they will get some good prize. So all the soldiers went in searching for that necklace, and the news also spread in the town also that whoever find that necklace and bring that back, they will get a good prize. So one person, as he was standing on the bank of a river. He saw the reflection of a necklace, or he saw the necklace in the water. He jumped into the water. And as soon as he jumped into the water, searching for the necklace, he could not find the necklace. He came out. Now again, as he came out, again he's standing there, he looked into the water, he again saw the necklace in the water. Again he jumped into the water trying to find that necklace. Again he is not able to search that necklace, again comes out. So he did that multiple times. One sage walked by, one sadhu walked by and said, "What are you trying to do?" See, see that necklace, I'm trying to find that necklace, and whenever I go inside, that necklace is not there, it goes away. The sage said, actually the necklace is not there, look up. You're looking down in the water, you see that necklace, but actually that is not the real necklace. You look up, what is that? You see the necklace is hanging on that branch and its reflection is seen in the water. So same way we are trying to find the happiness in this world. That happiness is the reflection of the real happiness. Okay? And as soon as we try to go and catch that happiness, it goes away. Because that's not real happiness, it's just kind of a reflection of that happiness. And from where that reflection is coming from? Up from the spiritual sky, from the spiritual world. So the real happiness is in the spiritual world. In the material world is just a reflection. And we cannot catch that happiness. As soon as we try to catch that happiness, it just slips out of our hands. So in this material world is compared here like the hotel room. So this is not our real home. And Krishna says, the real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it ends, where it begins, where its foundation is. But what you should do? With determination, cut off that strongly rooted tree. With the weapon of detachment. And seek out that place. Having gone there, one never returns back. And surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from where everything began and from where everything has extended since time immemorial. So with the weapon of detachment, cut down the deeply rooted tree of this material existence, because we are bound in this material world based on our so deep rooted attachments, and we have to cut down this deeply rooted tree to be able to and seek out the eternal place, seek out that place. Having gone there, nobody returns back. And what do we do there? Enjoy for ourselves? No. So there we surrender to the Supreme Lord. Take shelter of the Supreme Lord and serve the Supreme Lord, from where everything started, from whom everything came up. Everybody has heard the story of Alexandra? No? Who else has not heard? Who was Alexandra? We say Alexander the Great. So who was Alexandra? He was a European king who kind of went all over the world, okay, on a victory rampage, kind of trying to win over the whole world. So he attacked on so many different countries, different parts of the world, and gained so much of wealth. But at a very young age, merely at the age of 32 or something like that, he got a deadly disease. Okay, and as he heard that he is going to die, okay, he cannot be saved now, he called his minister and told the minister, I have 3 wishes, my last wishes. So minister asked, okay, please tell us what are your wishes, and we will definitely try to fulfill those. He said, my first wish is, when my dead body is taken for kind of as a funeral parade, I want my dead body to be carried by my doctors, my physicians. Okay, my physician should carry my dead body. Second condition, on the world, traveling the world, when I won over so many parts of the world, got so many wealth, all these pearls, diamonds, gold, they should be spread on the streets. Okay? Throw all this wealth on the streets. Okay, what is the third wish? My third wish is my hand should be coming out of the coffin. Okay, so just put my hands out of the coffin. So minister said, okay, we'll do that. But we are a little confused. We are trying to understand what is the purpose behind these three wishes. What are the message you're trying to give? So first, what was the first desire?
All the doctors.
My doctors should carry my dead body. Because sometimes people think we have a lot of money, we have a lot of wealth, somebody is going to save us. Okay, the doctors, I'm going to buy the doctors, the best physicians, the best treatments, the best hospitals. So the doctors are going to save me, my family members are going to save me. Nobody can save us. Okay, when the death comes, nobody can save us. Even the world's best doctors cannot save you. Second, I went all over the world, trying to win over the whole world, gain so much wealth, I cannot take even one single penny with me. Okay, so throw all the wealth on the streets, all this. I spent all my life, I did not enjoy. Actually, I went on just wars and wars and wars. At young age, from 16 years age till now, he was just on world travel, fighting and winning over the world. What is the use of all that? At the end, I cannot take even one single penny. And the third, so that is the third, that second was just throw away all that wealth. And the third one is empty hands coming out of the coffin is I cannot take even single penny with me. Khali haath aaye the, khali haath jana hai. So in this world, people struggling so much, going up and down, sometime to the higher planets, sometime to the lower planets, but cut down this deeply rooted tree with the weapon of detachment. Okay, so develop this sense of detachment. Sometimes people say, but there is some happiness in this world. Why do you say there is no happiness? Because sometimes when we speak like this, oh, in this material world there is always suffering, there is no happiness. People say, no, there is happiness. I am happy. I am enjoying. So why do you say there is no happiness? There is happiness. But the point is, the happiness we experience in this world is not real happiness. What we experience in this world is absence of misery, is termed as happiness. Okay, absence of misery is just termed as happiness. There is no real happiness. For example, when somebody is very hungry, he is suffering from hunger. Okay, he is miserable. And you feed him nicely, you give him nice food, he will feel happy. Because now his suffering is gone. So he is feeling happy. So it's not really happiness, it's the absence of misery, which is perceived as happiness. Somebody is very thirsty, somebody is in scorching heat, and you give him a bottle of Bisleri water. Okay, you give him a bottle of water, here Kirkland water. So that person will feel happy. He was suffering from this scorching heat, so much thirsty. But somebody who is not thirsty, sitting in an AC room, and you forcibly put a water bottle to his mouth, will he be happy?
Not at all.
No. So why the same water is not able to give him happiness? Because happiness is not by water. Happiness was because absence of misery. When he was suffering because of thirst, he was suffering because of heat, and that's why the water gave him happiness. But the same water to some other person who is not thirsty doesn't give happiness. Same way, somebody is in scorching hot heat and you bring him inside the nice air conditioned room, the person will feel happy. Oh, finally I got relief from this heat. But now somebody is at a freezing temperature, 32 degree, already freezing temperature, and you further turn on the AC, lower the temperature down and turn on the AC. Will that person be happy? No. Hari Hari. Glad to see you, bro. Hare Krishna, Mataji. So our dear Krishna Kumar Prabhu is here and Prema Palli Mataji. Thank you for joining, bro. Prabhu is going to share some good realization actually. Prabhu came back from Yatra. So we'll hear his realization also. Maybe let's first finish our topic here. So what is this happiness we experience in this world?
It's the absence of misery.
Absence of misery. It's not the real happiness. So that is what Krishna is saying. Cut down this deeply rooted tree with the weapon of detachment and seek out that place where there is real happiness. Having gone to that place, one does not return back to this material world. Okay, so don't consider this place to be your real home. Treat it like a hotel. You go check in the hotel, stay there temporarily for a few days and then come out. So, and search out that place. Now now Krishna here gives the glimpse of that place. What is the glimpse of that place? Having gone there, nobody returns back. And what should we do there? After reaching that place, you surrender to the Supreme Lord. I will tell you another interesting story. Because sometimes people think this material world is our eternal home, our real home. Okay, and they think, जीना यहाँ मरना जहाँ इसके सिवा जाना कहाँ. Right, that is the place. Ultimately we have to just live here. Suffering is part of life. What else can be done? Where else we can go? So once a person was traveling in the plane and going from maybe let's say Delhi to Calcutta, okay, in the flight. And as they are about to land in Calcutta, just before a few minutes, two guys get up showing their guns and say, this plane is hijacked. Now this plane is not going to land in Calcutta. We are taking this plane to maybe let's say Bangalore. And everybody is in a panicking situation. And this person looks at his neighbor, the person sitting in the next seat, and this person is very happy. And this guy asks, why are you being happy? This plane is hijacked. Says, see, we bought the ticket from Delhi to Calcutta. Now we are going to Bangalore. In free, we are going to Bangalore. Free ride to Bangalore. This is amazing. Now, will you call that person intelligent?
No.
That person is foolish, mudha. Right? Krishna is using the word mudha here. So that person is mudha. Now as the plane is going to Bangalore, as they're about to land into Bangalore, this hijackers again announce, no, now we are not going to land in the Bangalore, now this plane is going to Lahore. We are going to take this flight to Pakistan. Everybody is panicking. Earlier it was in India only at least, now they are going to take it to Lahore and everybody is panicking. What is going to happen? And this person is happy, jubilant and throws his hand, De Tali. He is very happy. Why are you happy? Hurry, without visa, without passport, now we are going to another country. So, is this person intelligent? Foolish. And Krishna doesn't stay at the word mudha. Krishna uses the word vimudha. Okay? Grossly foolish. Not simply foolish, grossly foolish. See, there are different categories of mudha also. Krishna uses the word mudha, vimudha, and samyak rupen mudha. Samyak rupen mudha is collectively people are in foolishness. So when collectively people are doing all the nonsense thing. So samyak rupen mudha. So our situation in this world is like that only. We are going up thinking, oh, we are going to Swarga now, we are very happy. No, that is temporary place only. Again coming back to earth, maybe sometime then going down also. So people think, oh, this is, mostly people, they target to go to Swarga. Right? They aspire to go to Swarga. We want to go to Swarga. We want to enjoy in Swarga. What will happen? What will you do in Swarga? Eat, drink somaras and all that. There is more facilities of enjoyment. That is temporary enjoyment. So Krishna says, find out that place. After going there, you do not come back. But can we go there freely? We have to pay some price to go there. So what is the price? What is the ticket price? To India, ticket price is $1,500 maybe. To go to Vaikuntha, what is the price we have to pay? What kind of visa you need? Bhakti. So Krishna describes the qualities in next verse. So Krishna says, Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama dvandver vimukta sukha dukkha sanghe gachanti amudha padam avyayam tat. Gachanti amudha. So these foolish people, once they go there, then they do not return back. Okay, so then they don't remain mudha. So nirmana moha, free from false prestige. Jitta sanga dosha, so giving up the false association, the illusory association. Who understand the eternal, adhyatma nitya, okay, so who understand their eternal reality, who are done with the material lust, vinivritta kama, dvandver vimukta, who are free from the dualities of sukha dukkha. So they are free from the dualities of happiness and distress. And now they become unbewildered. So they know how to surrender unto the Supreme Person, and that attain to the eternal kingdom. So what is the qualification to go back to spiritual world? So that is what is described here. Okay? Free from false prestige. Nirmana moha. So nirman and moha. Nirmana means becoming free from false prestige. Moha means free from illusion. Free from the false association of this world. Free from dualities of happiness and distress. And free from the tendency for material enjoyment. Vinivritta kama. So when somebody attains to that situation, then they are qualified to go to the spiritual world. And what are the qualities of that spiritual world? So Krishna gives advertisement now. Krishna gives advertisement for the spiritual world. Because आजकल क्या advertisement का जमाना है. You have to promote promotions. So Krishna also does advertisement. Okay, I will tell you what is the spiritual world looks like. What is there in spiritual world. न तद्भास्यते सूर्यो न शशांको न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम. And Krishna is now clearly describing, it's not using in third person terms. Krishna using that spiritual world is mine. Okay, that is my abode. Tadhama paramam mama, that is my eternal abode. And what are the characteristics of that place? Na tadbhasyate suryo, there is no need of sun. Na shashanko, there is no moon. Na pavaka, there is no need of fire. That place is self-illuminated. There is no darkness there. Yad gatva na nivartante. After attaining to that place, nobody returns back in this material world. So Krishna is now telling the qualities of that spiritual world where the real happiness is, and after attaining to that spiritual world, one does not come back. In the material world there is darkness. By default it's dark, and we have arrangement to remove the darkness. Yes? So by default there is darkness, and to remove that darkness, what Krishna has given in this material world? Sun, moon, fire, right? All these things are there to remove darkness. So the quality of this material world is by default it's dark, and there is a temporary arrangement for light. In spiritual world there is no darkness, there is always light, and there is no need of sun, moon, fire. It's self-illuminated. And what is that light? From where that light is coming?
From Krishna.
So that light is coming from Krishna. Right? So from the body of Krishna there is so much of the aura coming out, which is effulgence. Yes. So there's so much of effulgence coming out, which is filling the whole spiritual world with light, and actually from there, Krishna's body, whatever effulgence is coming out, that is what the Brahmavadis refer to as Brahma Jyoti. Okay? So that is the place where there is no misery. There is always happiness. Now, sometime in movies, in Bollywood movies, they make these songs. Okay, they promote some place where there is always happiness. Okay, earlier, I don't know when, which movie it was, there is a Kishore Kumar song. आंचल के तुझे मैं लेके चलूं उस गगन के तले जहां गम भी न हो जहां दुख भी न हो जहां प्यार ही प्यार पले. So there is a song like that. So in movies they promote something like that many times. Okay, there is a place where there is no misery, there is always happiness and happiness. And there is a real story I will tell you about that. So this person heard this song and he is really searching out, where is this place? I want to find out where this place is. Okay, where is that sky where there is always happiness, there is no misery, जहाँ गम भी ना हो, कोई आंसू भी ना हो, जहाँ प्यार ही प्यार पले. So he wanted to find out really that place is, and he went searching for. He went to Kishore Kumar also. Hey, you are singing this song. Can you tell me where this place is? You are talking about this place. Where is this place? He said, even I don't know. I just sang it based on what was written in the lyrics. So I sang it. I don't know where that place is. Even I am searching. So this person was really searching for it, and he happened to come to ISKCON temple. Okay, and Bhagavatam class is going on. This devotee giving Bhagavatam class, he was talking about the spiritual world. Krishna is saying, "Na tad bhasyate suryo, na shashanko, na pavaka, yad gatva na nivartante, tad dhama paramam mama." And this devotee was describing the spiritual world. There is no suffering in that world. There is always happiness. Every step is a dance. Every word is a song. So he's describing, and his ears stood up. I was searching for this place all my life, and here they are describing what that place is. So he sat down in the class. I want to know more where that place is. So here in the scripture, we are hearing about that place where there is always happiness, there is no suffering, and what that place is, that is the spiritual world. That is our real home. This material world is just like a hotel. This is not our real home, but the spiritual world is like the eternal home, where there is no suffering. So Krishna is promoting, Krishna is giving the advertisement, come there, you need to seek out that place. Don't try to just become comfortable in this material world. Whatever happiness you are experiencing here is just the absence of misery, nothing more than that. And then in next 4 verses, Krishna talk about how in this world people are just going on and on and on and on, over and over, one life form to another life form. They are just suffering. Okay, we are originally all spark of Krishna. Now here in this material world, there is everybody trying to become independent enjoyer, and because of that everybody is suffering. Why there is problem in this material world? Because everybody want to be the center. Okay, everybody thinks others should follow what I say, others should do what I expect. In the family life also, there is problem between husband, wife, children. Why that problem is? Husband think my wife, my children should do what I say, what I want. Wife think husband should do, children should do what I want. Children think my parents should do what I say. So everybody want to be the center. But can there be multiple centers? So if there are multiple centers and the waves go out, they will collide with each other. So let's say 3 people standing on the bank of a river, on the river shore, they throw a stone, they throw a pebble in the water at 3 different places. What will happen? The ripples will go out. Right? Wherever the stone falls, the ripple will go out. So 3 different places, ripples go out and then they will collide with each other. So that is what is happening everywhere. So because everybody wants to be the center and there is always clashing happening. But if you throw the stone at exact same place in the water, what will happen? The ripples go out nicely and there is no clash. So in our different circles also, if we make one center, then we can avoid all these different clashes. And who that one center can be?
Krishna.
So keeping Krishna in the center. Okay, so if everybody thinks, okay, I don't want to be the enjoyer or being the center, but we want to have a Krishna-centric life. Krishna is the center and we all do activities which will be pleasing to Krishna. So in that way, then it could be a happy situation. So in this material world, everybody is trying to be the independent enjoyer. They're struggling for this happiness. So Krishna says, Mamevamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana manah shasthani indriyani prakrati sthani karshati. So we are not independent here, we are all struggling. Struggling because of what?
Our senses.
Because of our senses, which include the mind. Manah shasthani indriyani. So the 5 senses plus 6th mind, because of all these 6 senses, we're all struggling. Karshati, there is always tug of war going on. Originally we are all sparks of Krishna. So Krishna says, Mame Vamsho Jiva Loke. So they are all my fragments, but because they want to become the independent enjoyers, they are struggling hard because of their mind. And because we are struggling in this world, what is happening? Shariram yad avapnoti yad chapi utkrmati shvaraha grihitvatani samyati vayur gandhani vashayat. The living entity in this material world carries its different conceptions of life as the air carries aroma. Okay, thus we take one kind of body and again quit it to take another. So this is the on and on, over and over. In one life form, somebody may develop different type of desires, okay, different type of consciousness. And based on those desires, based on that consciousness, they take the next life. Now in that particular body, they develop another type of desires. And in that way, then they develop another set of body. So in that way, they keep going on and on and on. In human body, somebody is maybe interested in eating halwa. But in the body of a hog, no, hog doesn't enjoy halwa. If you give halwa to hog, it's not going to enjoy, it's not going to accept that. Because hog is looking for a different type of halwa. Okay, what does hog eat? Stool. So, in different body, they have different type of desires, and in that way, carrying the different conceptions of life, people just go on, the living entity go on and on and on. Just like the air carries aroma. Okay, so the association, based on the association, air comes in the association of a garden, flower garden. So the air takes the influence of that flower garden. So it takes that aroma from the flower garden, and the next place it goes, it carries that aroma. If the air passes through a gutter, if the air passes over the gutter, it will carry that foul smell, right? And then people will be closing out, oh, from where the smell is coming. So wherever the air associated, it carried the influence of that place. The same way in one particular body, in one particular association where we come, we carry the influence of that place. And in that way, we are just going from one lifetime to another lifetime. So we are developing our next destination based on what desire we acquired, what kind of association we had. So that's why Krishna further says, because of our association, because of our particular set of desires, we are already developing our next body. Shrotram chakshu sparshanam cha rasanem ghranam cha adhisthaya manaschayam vishayanupasevate. So the living entity thus take another gross body with a certain type of ear, nose, tongue, sense of touch, which are grouped about the mind. And thus he enjoys a particular set of sense object. So as I said, in human you will enjoy particular things. If somebody is in the body of a hog, will enjoy another particular thing. If somebody is in the body of a demigod, they enjoy another particular set of things. So based on our current condition, current association, what kind of desires we develop, we are already creating our next destination. What kind of eyes, nose, ears we are developing. Okay, and then people are not even understanding this. That I have been just going from lifetime, one life to another life to another life. Krishna says the foolish people cannot even understand how the living entity quits this body and accepts a new body. Nor they can understand what sort of body they enjoy under the spell of the modes of material nature. But somebody whose eyes are trained in this knowledge, they can see all that. Okay, so somebody who understands this concept, I am not the body, I am the spirit soul. They understand the concept of karma, they understand the concept of reincarnation. This life is not all in all. After this life there is a next life. So somebody who understands these concepts, this philosophy, they can see what is happening. Oh, maybe in my previous life I was a tree. Maybe I was an insect. Maybe I was a tiger. And now I have got this particular body. And when I give up this body, what kind of body I may get next based on my desires. So somebody who is in knowledge, who are trained in this knowledge, they can see all this. But generally people are so foolish, they even don't understand this concept. What is the philosophy people say? People use beg, borrow or steal, live life king size. Right? Rinam kritva ghritam pivet. Anybody remember that verse? Rinam kritva ghritam pivet. Javat jivet sukham jivet. Jab tak jiyo, sukh se jiyo. So that is the philosophy people have. Why you worry about future? And these people who will say, why you think about next life? Who has seen next life? They worry so much about their 5-year down the line future, right? They want to secure their future 5-year down the line, 10-year down the line. They want to put money in security deposits, all these different insurances and all. And then you tell this people, why you worry about future, man? Just live one day to day. Why you worry about future? So they are worried about 5-year, 10-year down the line future, but they're not worried about the future in the next life. What is going to happen in the next life? What kind of body you are going to get based on your consciousness, your conditioning. So people are so foolish, they cannot even see this. Now, next verses, Krishna, after explaining the difference in the material world and spiritual world, Krishna talk about how he is helping us in all different aspects. Krishna is maintaining us for our physical body. Krishna is maintaining us for our subtle body at the mental level, intellectual level. And then Krishna is helping us at the spiritual level also, to help us with our spiritual growth. Krishna makes arrangement for our spiritual growth also, in the sense of giving the scriptures, by giving these teachings, by sending the teachers, acharyas, gurus. So Krishna is helping us at all different aspects. So Krishna says all these things are arranged by me. Yat aditya gatam tejo yagat bhasyate akhilam yat chandramsi yat chagno tat tejo vidhimamakam. The splendor of sun which dissipate the darkness of this whole world, come from me. And the splendor of the moon and the splendor of the fire are also from me. Okay? So Krishna is saying, I am giving this sun to dissipate this darkness. Without sun, can we survive? No. Right? In winter season, we hanker for sunlight. Look, ढूंढते हैं किस दिन there will be sunlight or when it will be sunny day. Especially in India, I was in India last year, December time. In North India, it's so cold actually. And their temperature goes, let's say, 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Or sometime even 32, kind of 0 degree also a few days. And for 15-20 days continuously there is no sun. And it's so much fog. And people are really looking after when is going to be sun. Okay? किस दिन सूर्य आएगा, किस दिन sunlight होगा. So we cannot even survive without sun. All our crop depend on sun. Right? If there is no sunlight, we cannot get crops. We cannot get food. So our life depends on sun, and Krishna says, I give that sun. Okay? That sunlight is because of me. And can we survive without moonlight?
No.
We cannot survive without moonlight also. In the next verse also it is going to come. So let's recite the next verse also, then we'll discuss both together. Gama vishya cha bhutani dharyam aham ojasa pushnami choshadi sarva somo bhutva rasatmakaha. I enter into each planet and by my energy they stay in the orbit. I become the moon and thereby supply the juice of life to all the vegetables. So in the previous verse also Krishna says, I am the splendor of the moon, I am the splendor of the sun, I am the splendor of the fire, without which our life cannot sustain. And how all these planets are staying in the orbit. Here we see science talks about only this particular planetary system, where they say, oh, there are 9 planets. Okay, and Earth is revolving around Sun, Moon is revolving around Earth and Sun. So all that is there, all these planets are revolving around Sun, and Sun itself is revolving around its orbit. And then how do all these planets stay in their orbit? That they don't move 1 inch here and there, or they don't go out of their orbit and they will collide with each other otherwise. Right? So how they're all staying in their orbit? Who is keeping them in their orbit? Science will talk about gravity. So there is force of gravity, and because of gravity everybody is staying in their orbit. But Krishna is saying here, Dharyami aham ojasa. I am holding them with my ojas shakti. So what modern science talk about gravity, that is Krishna's ojas shakti. So Krishna is holding all these planets by his energy, ojas shakti, and by which it stays in planet. Krishna doesn't have to hold the planet on his shoulder. Okay, it's not that Krishna is jumping here and there from one planet to another planet to hold them into their place. Like sometime in Greek philosophy we say Atlas holding the earth and his body is bent down. He is too burdened by the weight of the earth. So it's not like that. Krishna says, I am holding all these planets by my ojas shakti. By my shakti, by my energy, all these planets stay in their orbit. And I am supplying the juice to all these vegetables through the moonlight. So moon is also very important, not just sun. The crop doesn't grow just because of sun, but there is moonlight also important, and you can really do some experiment. You can really understand that if you have something in a closed environment, you put some artificial lights there to give them light, you grow the plant may grow, but you will not find any taste in those, right? You will not have any juice in those vegetables. Sometimes people will grow the tomato inside the house. It will not be the same thing which is grown outside. Why? Because there is something called photosynthesis, which is happening in moonlight. So because of the moonlight, all these herbs, all these vegetables, they get the juice. And Krishna says, I am providing all that. So Krishna is helping us for our physical sustenance, physical maintenance at the physical level. And then further Krishna says, Aham Vaishvanaro bhutva praninam deham ashrita pranapan samayukta pachami annam chaturvidha. So I am the fire of digestion, Vaishvanaro bhutva. So we say there is fire of digestion in the body, Jatharagani. So who is giving that Jatharagani? Krishna. So Krishna says, I am the fire of digestion. So we say this body is the temple of the Lord. Krishna is living inside this body in various forms. Krishna is there in the heart as Paramatma. So that verse is also there, right? In the next verse itself, Krishna says, Sarvasya chaham hridashani vashto. I am situated in everybody's heart as Paramatma. So Krishna is there in our body as Paramatma. Krishna is there in our belly as Vaishvanaragani, the fire of digestion, Jatharagani. So that's why this body is considered as the temple of the Lord. So the way we will decorate the temple of the Lord, so we clean this body, we keep this body clean, we decorate this body by putting the tilaka. So by the signs on the building, you can understand what this building is about. Right? If there is any government building, they will have a flag on that, or there is another particular sign on that building. There is Empire State Building or something. So there is a particular sign through which you can understand what is the significance of this building. Somebody on their house, they will have the sign of the flag or the chakra to mark it as, oh, this is the house which belongs to the Lord. This is the temple of the Lord. So on our temples, we have the chakra sign. Right? Chakra represents this is a temple, this is a building, this is a house for the Lord. Same way, this body also is the house for the Lord. This building is also temple of the Lord. So we decorate the body with the tilak. So sign on the body represents that, okay, this body belongs to the Lord. And because Krishna is there in the form of digestive fire, so whatever food you are putting inside the body, that food is like as an offering to the Lord. So when you do any yajna, because you have invoked the presence of the Lord, when you do the yajna, what do we put inside the yajna? Ghee. Right? We do the ahuti of ghee, you do the ahuti of some other grains in the fire, and we say swaha, swaha. So we are doing the ahuti of ghee and other grains in the fire because we think this is for the Lord. The same way, whatever food we are putting inside the body, that is also we are putting in the fire, as that is also a yajna. Lord is there in the form of fire in the belly. So whatever we are putting inside the body is yajna. The food whichever we are putting is as a yajna. So we should be eating pure food, sattvic food. That's why in Ayurveda they say for eating it should be ghee. Because in fire, in the yajna, you will not put any sarson ka ghee or olive oil or anything. Okay? Or canola oil or vegetable oil. For the yajna, it's only desi ghee. So, ghee is for eating, the other oils are for outside. So here Krishna says, I am the digestive fire, because of me the food get digested. And if Krishna want to give problem, he will put off that digestive fire. So whatever you put inside the body will not even get digested. So sometimes people say, my digestive fire has gone down. My Jatharagani mand ho gayi hai. What is that? Why is that happening? Because we have misused the body so much earlier, maybe. We have put so much junk stuff inside the body that Krishna has put off that digestive fire. I don't want to accept your offerings. So Krishna lowers down that fire. So Krishna is maintaining us at various levels. Krishna says, I am the Jatharagani, the Vaishvanaro Bhutva, Praninam Deham Ashrita, Pachami Annam Chaturvida. Because of me, the food gets digested. And then further Krishna says, Sarvasya chaham hridashannivishto mattah smritir jnanam apohanam cha vedesya sarver ahameva vedyo vedanta krid vedavid eva chaham. So earlier, this was one of the first verses which I memorized. This verse used to be kind of my favorite verse. So this is one of my favorite verses. There's so many principles are there in this verse. Sarvasya chaham hridashannivishto. I am situated in everybody's heart. Okay, so Krishna is there in everybody's heart. And what does Krishna do sitting in the heart? Smritir jnanam apohanam cha. From me comes remembrance, smriti. Jnanam, from me comes knowledge. Apohanam, from me comes forgetfulness. Okay? So Krishna can give us remembrance. Krishna gives the knowledge from within the heart, and Krishna can make us forget also. If somebody want to remember Krishna, Krishna will make that arrangement also. If somebody want to forget Krishna, Krishna will make that arrangement also. If somebody just want to be in his own world, in her own world, Krishna makes that arrangement also. Okay, you want to forget me? Stay busy with these things. And if you keep telling, I'm too busy, I'm too busy, I'm too busy, Krishna says, Tathastu, you stay busy. Okay, so Krishna gives remembrance. And how does Krishna gives remembrance? Link back to the Chatushloki Gita. What did Krishna says? Tesham satta yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadhami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. So somebody who is remembering me constantly, Tesham satta yuktanam, who are constantly remembering me, I give them dadhami buddhi yogam tam. I give them buddhi, I give them remembrance, I give them intelligence, by which they can understand me, by which they can come to me. So here also Krishna says, Matta samritir jnanam apohanam cha. You get up in the morning. Sleeping is like a dead state. While sleeping, we are like dead bodies. You forget everything. Who you are, where you are. Sometimes it happens in the morning, you get up, you are in so deep sleep, and somebody comes and disturbs your sleep, you immediately wake up and you think, where am I? Does it happen sometime? Right? And slowly, then we remember, oh, who am I? My name is Mama Naam Vrindanath. I am Vrindanath Das. I am in this house. Okay, I am this such and such person. So we slowly remember. Just remember, imagine if you wake up in the morning and you are like blank slate, like Gajani. So your whole memory is gone, washed out. Okay, every morning you get up, your whole memory is gone. What will be your situation? So just imagine how much Krishna is doing for us. Every morning you get up in the morning, Krishna is giving back you your remembrance. And if Krishna gave you forgetfulness, gone, finish. Right? You will be wandering on the streets, who am I? Like some people lose their intelligence or their remembrance. Their, yadash chali gayi. Right? Somebody loses their whole memory. They lose their identity. Right? The complete identity is gone. So we are able to maintain our identity. We know who am I. This family belongs to me. This house belongs to me, and I am such and such person. You every day go to your work and you remember what are you supposed to do. If you forget what you are supposed to do, next day they will fire you. Right? This person doesn't even remember what he's supposed to do. He is super useless person. So you will be the first one in the list of layoffs. So we should be thankful to Krishna, what Krishna is doing for us. And after that, what is our duty? Krishna says, Vedesha sarver aham eva vedyo. The purpose of all the Vedas is to know me. And who has created these Vedas? Vedanta Krit. I have created these Vedas. Vedanta Krit, Veda Vid. And I am the knower of the Vedas. So I am the knower of the Vedas. I have given these Vedas. And I am to be known from these Vedas. So the purpose of all the scriptures is to understand Krishna. Okay, so we can understand Krishna is maintaining us at our spiritual level also. Krishna is helping for our spiritual progress. And in the next 3 set of verses, as I said, these 3 verses are Traishloki Gita, where Krishna talks about the different type of living entities. Dvavimo Purusho Loke Ksharacha Kshara Evacha Kshara Sarvani Bhutani Kuthasto Akshara Uchyate. So there are 2 classes of people, the fallible and infallible, Kshara and Akshara. Kshara means fallible, Akshara means which is infallible. So Krishna says there are 2 categories of living entities, fallible and infallible, Baddha Jiva and Mukta Jiva. Okay, so all the living entity in this material world, we are all, which category are we? Kshara, Baddha Jiva, fallen entities. We have fallen in this material world. Right, so we have fallen into this material world. We are Kshara, Baddha Jiva. And then there is Akshara, means infallible, who never falls down. So they are always with Krishna in the spiritual world. So somebody who has fallen down, they can take up the process of bhakti, they can purify themselves and they can become qualified to go back to Krishna. They can also come into the category of Akshara. From Kshara we can move into the category of Akshara. So in Akshara also there are 2 categories. So first Krishna says there are 2 categories, Kshara and Akshara. But in Akshara also there are 2 categories. So in the Mukta Jiva also there are 2 categories, which is Nitya Mukta and Sadhana Mukta. Or basically Nitya Siddha or Sadhana Siddha. Nitya Siddha means who never falls down. They are always elevated, they are always Siddha. Sadhana Siddha means they had fallen down, but they corrected themselves, they purified themselves and they became elevated by their sadhana. So sadhana Siddha. So Krishna says there are 2 categories of people, fallible, infallible, and besides these 2, Uttama Purushastva Anya Paramatmeti Udarhata Yo Lokatraya Vishaya Vivarti Abhya Ishwaraha. Besides these 2, there is the greatest living personality, the Supreme Soul, the imperishable Lord Himself, who has entered the 3 worlds and is maintaining them. So Krishna says there is a 3rd category, the 3rd person, which is beyond these 2, Kshara and Akshara, Uttamaha Purusha, who is infallible, who is beyond these 2. So first Krishna talks about that in a 3rd person. Okay? So Krishna says there is a 3rd one who is beyond these 2, Kshara and Akshara. And then Krishna says, I am that person. I am that Supreme Lord. Okay? Ato asmi loke vedecha prathitaha Purushottama. I am that Supreme Lord who is infallible, who is beyond these Kshara and Akshara. And one very important point to understand here, the Supreme Lord is beyond both Kshara and Akshara. Even the liberated soul, the liberated person is a separate entity. They don't become equal to the Lord. They can never become Supreme Lord. Unlike the Mayavadis, which promote that once we become liberated, we will become God. We will realize that we are that Supreme Lord. Okay, so Krishna is defeating that philosophy here, that the Supreme Lord is beyond these 2. Even the liberated person, there is a separate category. The Supreme Lord is not in the category of the Akshara also. So that is the Traishloki Gita, where Krishna is talking about the 2 type of living entities. The 3rd one is the Supreme Lord, which is beyond that 2. And Krishna concludes that I am that Supreme Lord. Purushottama. So this chapter, what is the name of this chapter? Purushottam Yoga. And Krishna concludes, I am that Purushottama, and the whole purpose should be to connect with that Purushottama. So Purushottama Yoga. So the living entity who is stuck in this material world, they are suffering in this material world, going on and on and on and on, up and down, up and down, up and down. They should understand the Supreme Lord and try to connect with that Supreme Lord. try to attain to that spiritual world which is permanent, where there is no misery, there is always happiness. And then finally, Krishna concludes, whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as Purushottama, without doubting, is the knower of everything. He therefore engages in my devotional service. And this is the most confidential part of the Vedic scriptures, and whoever understands this will become wise and attain liberation. Okay? So, yo mameva sammudo janati purushottamam sah sarvavid bhajati mam sarva bhavena bharata. So whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead without doubting. So mam evam asammudho janati purushottama. Somebody who knows me as Purushottama, they know everything. So sarvavid bhajati. And they engage in my devotional service. Sarvavid and bhajati. So our purpose is not just knowing Krishna. Okay. Our practice is not to just know about ourselves and to know about Krishna, but our process is to engage in devotional service of Krishna. So we are not about Jnana Yoga only, we are about Bhakti Yoga. It's not about just knowing who am I am not the body, I am the spirit soul, and there is Supreme Lord Krishna. But how we engage in devotional service for Krishna. And Krishna says, somebody who accepts me as a Supreme Lord, engages in my devotional service, now they have known everything. Okay, and they engage in my devotional service, they become wise. Iti guhiyatamam shastram idam uktam maya nagaha etad buddhva buddhimanasya krita kritasya bharata. So this is the most confidential part of the Vedic scripture. Iti guhiyatamam shastram idam uktam maya naga. It has been disclosed now by me. And who understand this will become wise. And his endeavor will become perfect, will know perfection. So that is the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Purushottam Yoga. Understand it with the acronym home. Okay, home or hotel. This place is not our home. This is just like a hotel. Don't try to settle down here permanently. Don't try to change the decoration of this hotel room. And then Krishna says, how in this material world everybody is just going on and on, over and over, into various species of life, into various planets within this material world, up, down. And then how Krishna is maintaining us in different aspects. Without Krishna, we cannot imagine our existence in this world actually. So we should be grateful to Krishna for what all Krishna is providing for us. So even just a tree, right? If you know a mango tree, you know this tree is so valuable for me, it gives me nice juicy mangoes. You will be serving that tree nicely. You will be taking care of that tree, watering that tree, right? Putting the fertilizer or whatever is needed, fencing around the tree. Because you know the value of that. But after knowing the tree, oh, this tree is very valuable for me, but still if you cut down that tree, is that intelligence? So same way we understand Krishna is maintaining us, He is providing everything for us. After that also, if we do not engage in service of Krishna, then we are not intelligent, right? Then we are a very foolish person. So the goal of our life should be to understand Krishna, to engage in service of Krishna. And Krishna says, somebody who accepts me without doubt, they become wise. Their actions, all their activity then become perfect. Okay, so that is the summary of 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So we'll stop here and see if there are any questions or comments. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Anta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Are there any questions online? We'll start with online first.
No question.
Okay. Okay, Sumit Prabhu, thank you. Anybody else? Bala Prabhu, you have any question?
Give me some time.
Okay. Okay. If no question there online, we will see here in the room if somebody has any question.
Prabhuji, happiness which is temporary, quote, lack of misery. How do you relate that to karma? Because like, let's say, sometimes when I see like homeless people, for me, I feel like they're going through much more misery compared to
Right.
my life. Is it because of their karma, or is it my ignorance that I'm thinking that they're experiencing more misery than me?
So it's both ways. Anybody who is suffering in this material world, there is a role of karma. Okay? In whatever particular situation we are put into, it's because of our karma. And now, in whatever situation we are in that situation, are we being happy or miserable, that depends on our state of mind. Even though somebody may be in the perfect situation, but if their mind is so much troubled, if their mind is so much uncontrolled, even in living in all the nice, wonderful conditions, they may make it hell out of that. Right? Our mind is so powerful, it can make hell of heaven, or it can make heaven out of hell. Somebody may be in a miserable situation, but they are very pacified, their mind is controlled, they know what is what, and they may be very peaceful while living in that distressed situation also. So it's a state of mind also. But in first place, why somebody is in a particular situation, in a good situation or bad situation, that is because of karma. Okay? All of us, because of our particular karma from the previous lives, we have got particular life situation. Why somebody is being in an orphan situation, maybe there was some previous karma, they did not value what was given to them, and they were always maybe arguing, fighting, or even wishing, I don't want to live with you, right? You are so bad, you are so miserable, I wish I may be alone. Krishna granted their wish. It could be anything like that. So what I am saying is, what I am trying to say is, it's all based on, as we discussed in the verse, based on our particular desire, based on our particular conditions. We are, as the air carries aroma, right? We are carrying our different conceptions of life. So whatever conception of life somebody had decided, somebody has chosen particularly, they may end up getting that. Okay? So somebody has wished for, I want to live alone. I don't want anybody. They are so bad for me. They are so troubling me or restricting me. I wish I will be alone. So when we don't value what is given to us, Krishna takes that away. And in the next life, then we have to experience the opposite situation. So I'm just giving one example here. So, and similarly, based on particular karma, people are put into particular life situation. And it's very difficult to understand by which particular karma I got which particular situation. Gahana karma no gati. Krishna says the activities to understand this karma, it's very complicated. Okay, we cannot really fathom, oh, I had done this particular thing, because of that I got this situation. And we don't want to judge others. We don't want to make the stick of karma and start beating everybody. Yes, it is because of karma, but then you don't want to just keep telling, oh, this is all because of your karma. That's why you are suffering. Yes, somebody has got into that situation based on their karma, but now in that particular situation, what can we do? What is my dharma? They are suffering based on their karma, that is one thing. But in that state now, what is my dharma? Okay? Is there something which I can do to relieve them from that situation? My duty is not to just beat them because of their karma. Oh, this is your karma, this is your karma, this is your karma. So like earlier I have given this example, if somebody has hard-earned money and somebody comes and steals that money, that person goes to the police. And if the police inspector says, oh, this is your karma, that's why you got robbed. So what can we do? But okay, maybe it was their karma, because of them they got looted, but what is their duty? Their duty is to search for that thief, bring that money back, help this person who has earned this money by legitimate ways. So karma is one thing, but what is our dharma in that situation? But yes, ultimately whatever particular life situation we have, we should understand it's because of my karma, and I cannot put blame on somebody else. So they are responsible for my misery. Right? Whatever state I am going through, it's because of me only. And at the end, it's my mental situation only, my mind situation only. So there is a very beautiful verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, I think chapter 13, 10th canto, chapter 13. Tatte anukampa susumekṣamano bhunjan atmakritah vipakam hritvakva purabhir vidhan namaste jive jamukti pade sadaya bhak. So Krishna says, somebody who understands, they are patiently going through their karma, they are accepting their karma, reaping the result of their karma, while all the while praying to you. Hritvak vipuravi vidhan namaste. With their mind, with their heart, with their body, with their words, they are paying obeisances to you. They are serving you. Jivet yu mukti pade. While living in this world, in this body, they are liberated. And they are sadaya bhak. They are the recipient of your mercy. So we should accept our karma. This is all because of my own previous karma. There is nobody else to blame for. So I should just accept it and just simply go through that while surrendering to Krishna. Okay. Anything else? Yes, Rajguru.
Aspect of developing the sense of detachment. So how to see in every action, like is it detachment or it is attachment to the work, for example, with respect to family members and with respect to work. How to see the detachment in every aspect while they are doing his daily life.
Krishna Kumar Prabhu is going to answer that.
How to see in every action whether this is attaching or detachment, right? So from the scriptures we know that anything that brings us closer to Krishna is we accept, and things that are taking away from Krishna that we try to minimize or not do. Now, as we are all householders, we have to go to work, we have to fetch money to lead our lives, give education to children or do mortgage. So all those things are our necessities, right? And when we consider that whatever I'm earning, I'm using it to run my household, but keep Krishna in the center, right? So it becomes part of bhakti, part of your family members, your household, all becomes Krishna's property, right? And you, in your heart of heart, you think that this is given to me by Krishna to put it in his service. So my children are Krishna's given children, my wife or parents or whoever, and try to serve them to the best of your ability to bring them closer to Krishna, right? So it is the very nice example is given in this regard of in normal circumstances when somebody kills someone, they are taken to court and taken to the police station. But when their two countries are at war, an army person or an armed force person will go and kill the enemy, they are rewarded. Why? Because it is authorized. So same way, when we are serving Krishna, trying to serve Krishna, trying to put Krishna in the center, all those things associated with working and earning and doing our daily activities not binding. So that is not attaching. It is actually part of your bhakti, part of your detachment. And eventually, time will come when you realize that all this is the activities that I did is to serve Krishna. And same way, then anything opposite to that, we try to avoid. Right? That is not going to. Please add to.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Krishna Babu, for answering that question. So I don't know if people on Zoom were able to hear. So Raja Prabhu asked a question that how we see whatever we are doing, our activities, when we are doing our office-related activities or something, if that is leading to detachment or it's attaching, causing more attachment. So Krishna Prabhu answered that anything which is taking us towards Krishna is acceptable, and anything which is taking us away from Krishna, that is to be given up. Right? As householders, yes, we have to engage in our many responsibilities, many duties, our office responsibilities, taking care of the house, taking care of the family, but just doing it with the mindset that this is all given to me by Krishna, and I should take care of that in that mindset, in that mood. Then it is helping us to develop that detachment. So we have to understand, whenever we are doing any work, we should understand from where that strength is coming, from where that intelligence is coming. At the end, yes, I have to do that work also to maintain that family, but always remembering from where that strength is coming, from where that intelligence is coming, and actually doing your best. There is no harm. At work also, you do your best. Okay, be the role model, be the best. Because, see, when the devotees are also growing in their careers also, or in their professional lives also, that also sets inspiration for others. Oh, this person, he is also devotee of Krishna and he is very opulent, he is also growing professionally also. So devotional life doesn't mean giving up everything, right? That I have to give up everything to take spiritual life, I have to go to forest or permanently come in the temple and stay in the temple. While being in the world, while doing your professional activity, you can do bhakti also. So there is no harm and putting your achievements, okay, publicizing your achievements in professional life also. Because generally, when we become devotees, our parents are very concerned. अरे भक्त बन गया, अभी तो काम करना चाहिए था, पैसा कमाओ, नाम कमाओ. But you do bhakti and you do your professional life also nicely. You show your achievement. You send your photos. Oh, today see I got this achievement. I got this award. You send those to your parents. They will be very happy. Okay, he is growing professionally also. And it is setting a good example. Devotees of Krishna, they are all-rounder. Right? They can be all-rounders. They can be doing well in outside world also. And they are growing internally also in spiritual life. But always keep in mind that whatever I am able to do, that is coming from Krishna. Don't try to become the doer. Don't try to take the credit. We say all glories, all glories, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. What is the real meaning behind that is all credit, all credit, all credit to Guru and Gauranga. Right? Everything is because of their mercy. Everything, whatever I am able to do is because of the mercy of Guru and Krishna. So when you always keep that in your mind and do your work, do your activity, then you are not going away from Krishna, you are getting closer to Krishna. Okay? Hare Krishna. Anything else? Now anybody online has any question?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes,
First, all glories to Krishna Kumar Prabhu, great answer. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, bro.
Vrindanath Prabhu, thank you for a wonderful class as usual.
Okay, Hare
Not to
Krishna.
tell the part.
All glories to Guru and Gauranga.
Yeah. Yes. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to all the gathered devotees. My question is, here Krishna talks about how to reach the abode, his abode, and he says things like, give up false prestige and give up false association. Those are all, pretty straightforward to understand. And there is one theme that comes again and again, and it says, freed from the dualities of happiness and distress.
Right.
And this is a theme everywhere. In Bhagavatam is there, in Bhagavad Gita is there.
Bhagavad Gita multiple times has come.
Yes. So my question is, with distress we are trained to think about distress. We say, hey, we have to get past this distress, it's temporary, whatever. But with happiness we are not like that. How can we be alert to, happiness also as a danger? What can we do?
Yeah, very good question. So in miserable situation, yes, we become more humble, down to earth. But during the time of happiness, then we get a little arrogant and proud also. So how we can see situation of happiness also as the dangerous situation. So that is what the scriptures teach. That during happiness also we should always remember Krishna. Not that we go away from Krishna when it is the time of happiness, and only when there is time of suffering or when we are in need of something, then we come to Krishna. We should stay connected with Krishna in all times. Okay, being equal in all situations, happiness or distress. That in all situations, distress came, then we accept this is because of my own previous karma, because of me only. And when happiness came, we should actually think that this is mercy of Krishna, by which I am experiencing this happiness. The biggest danger, okay, there are so many statements in the scriptures where it is defined, the biggest danger is when we go away from our spiritual life, when we go away from our devotional activities. Hanumant kahe vipatti prabhu soi, jab tab bhajan sumiran na hoye. Okay, so Hanumanji is telling this, Hanumant kahe vipatti prabhu soi. What is the biggest danger? Hanumanji is saying biggest danger is vipatti prabhu soi, jab tab sumiran bhajan na hoye. Whenever I forget about you, whenever I am not able to do my bhajan, my sadhana, that is the biggest danger. Right, so we should remember Krishna in all times. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. That is the topic for tomorrow's class.
Excellent, yeah. It is.
Okay, so I gave you the title for tomorrow's class.
Yeah. And so it kind of also makes sense why Kunti Devi asks for troubles.
Right.
It's easy to remember Krishna during troubles.
Yeah, so... Okay, thank you, Balapu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Wonderful answer.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Hare Dhanyavad.
So, I actually heard sometime Maharaj say that our karma gets affected if we do devotional service. I mean, it's not we don't get the effects of it that much. Can you elaborate on that?
So all our karma get exhausted when we engage in devotional service. What is Krishna telling in Bhagavad Gita as a conclusion? Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishyami ma shuchaha. I will relieve you from all your sinful activities. Okay, when Krishna says all your sinful activities, it's not only bad karma, it's a good karma also included in that. Because what is sin? Really speaking, what is sin? From Krishna's perspective, anything which keeps us away from Krishna, that is sin. So anything which keeps us away from Krishna, that is sin. Even good karma, because good karma is also keeping us bound in this world. You have to come back to reap the result of your good karma also. So that is keeping you away from Krishna. In one sense, that is also sin only. So Krishna says, Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshaishyami ma shucha. Do not fear. I will relieve you from all sinful reaction. So Krishna exhausts all our previous karmic reaction. Okay, so Krishna is like a big fire. As you put more and more fuel into the fire, all the fuel gets consumed in the fire. The same way all our karma gets exhausted when we engage in Krishna service. And generally the process of devotional service is considered like, see, once Prabhupada was talking to the devotees, the disciples were saying, oh, people generally go and show their hand to ask for their forecast. और कुछ लोग अपनी कुंडली दिखाते हैं, जन्म पत्री दिखाते हैं कि मेरा भविष्य कैसा है, how is my future. Prabhupada says, your future is changing. When you come in service of Krishna, your future is changing. The lines in the hand are changing. Right? As you clap in the kirtan, your lines are changing. So you come to temple, participate in kirtan, dance in kirtan, your lines have changed. So just like when if you are sitting under a tree and you shout or you clap your hands, the bird sitting on the tree will fly away. So same way, the karma that goes away when you are clapping your hands, the birds of our karma, good or bad karma, they fly away.
Adibol.
Yeah, that was nice.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranams. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.